In this video, we're going to talk about Bngo Genomics, trading under the ticker symbol Bngo. Before today's video begins, if you like my content and my analysis, please check out my other stock analysis videos on my channel. Alright, so here's the deal. There are two things we need to know about the company. Well, actually three. It's in the field of genomics, meaning it looks at people's genes and figures out what may be wrong with your body and scoop out those issues beforehand. It's a bit like Palantir, but instead of scanning and checking bits of data, it looks at your genes. The second thing is that it has been popular since 2020 because it received quite a bit of praise from scientific community for its achievement, and the fact that its operations have been cheaper and faster than the competition. The third element is really a beautiful cherry on top of everything that we just talked about. It's the good old Cathie Wood and her ARC ETF. They didn't directly invest in Bngo Genomics, probably because the time wasn't right for them, but they did mention Bngo Genomics in a Twitter post, giving the company some praise over what they've achieved. So, to put it simply, those three elements are really pointing towards the same thing. Bngo Genomics having some pretty promising technology, and there are lots of potential demand for equipment to better serve patients. Looking at the Bngo Genomics chart, it's interesting to see that the stock has been through a very volatile period over the past 12 months, since it almost didn't keep its listing on Nasdaq, and then saw its share price skyrocket after the public recognition and praise. And then, just like a whole lot of growth stock, the company went through a phase of share sell-off from the same people who pushed the stock price up to a peak of around $16 in the first place. And that happened between February and May of 2021, before the stock bottomed out in May, and has been recovering and consolidating ever since. What this tells us is that even if Bngo Genomics is not in that trade, its stock is in the same boat as with the EV stocks and any other shares that requires significant amounts of growth expectation to justify their market cap. This may sound a bit unfair to Bngo Genomics, of course, but really, if you think about it, isn't that kind of how it is at the moment? The sector is still fairly young, and we are basing our expectations of future growth on what we think is going to happen, not what is currently happening. Well, of course, there's another thing that should give a bit more legitimacy to Bngo Genomics, which is the fact that it has a real product, and it's actually selling this product to real clients. And speaking of those clients, health systems are often linked within the same country. So if one client is happy with what Bngo Genomics has to offer, there may be larger orders coming down the pipe for Bngo Genomics very, very soon. So for now, what we have to work with is the fact that Bngo Genomics is consolidating, and it's looking fairly determined to not go below $6. Is it going to reach $120 like some analysts have predicted? That can be a fair assumption given a substantial amount of time. But a more concrete indication for us is that the market is very probably going to grow, and there is little doubt that Bngo Genomics will play a very important role in this growing sector. The bottom line is, I think that now is a good time to buy the shares because it is in a consolidation region since the sell-off earlier this year, and the market doesn't seem interested to keep sending the stock down. With that being said, I would recommend limiting the exposure to 3% of your portfolio. Thank you for watching. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.